Hey everyone, it's Ace from Ace of Spades Tarot. I apologize for my absence. Had some things that I needed to deal with, and I realized that you know I prefer doing personal readings just because I feel like it's more helpful, one on one. But I still want to continue to do collective readings when I can, and so. As we're approaching the winter solstice, I figured this is a good time to do this, especially as we're coming out of kind of that, Neptune retrograde energy and Jupiter's gone direct, and we're approaching, the full moon in Gemini. And so a lot of like shifting energies and new beginnings and new year and all of that good stuff. Um, so I'm going to start off with Sag, as it's Sag season. Always remember gender, time, um, both fluid and tarot. Uh, this can resonate with your sun, moon, rising, Venus, and or Mars. So if it doesn't, if it doesn't resonate with your sun, check out your other placements. And if it's not your reading, or none of them are your readings, then this reading's not meant for you. But hopefully something in one of your placements, in one of the readings, will resonate. For Sag, thank you. Starting off with the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit deck. So we have Scorpion Spirit here. Where is my... There we go. Scorpion. Fire energy. So I feel like kind of getting this feeling like you've been... you've kind of had your... Like the Scorpion has its stinger up, right? It's really this kind of the solar plexus and the sacral chakra energy, but surrounded by this dark, and you feel like you're kind of the only one to light your own path. But if anyone gets in your way, it's like you're ready to fight. You're ready to go at all times. And I feel like that's been in the past energy, and I think that's been for a lot of people, but we're kind of coming out of that now. So let's see what other energies want to come out. Let's grab it here. Peacock Spirit. Yeah, now that's a different energy. Now, peacock is a bird that will actually eat poisonous creatures like scorpions and snakes and, plants, the things that other animals won't eat. And that's why in Hindu belief that's why their plumage is so beautiful. They'll actually let these creatures kind of play with them, and then they'll fling their plumage out, and then the creatures will go flying. If they're not amused and they don't eat the creature. So this a lot of times peacocks can be seen as someone trying to show off, but at the same time, it's really not. I think it's a misplaced energy. I think that this is kind of you saying, I'm actually going to take a gentler approach. I'm going to, instead of using this like kind of fiery stinger of an energy and burning bridges, I'm going to actually kind of gently, I don't have to announce who I'm going to gently, everyone knows who a peacock is. When a peacock walks by, you can't miss it. So it's this kind of transformational. You also have the Scorpion, that very plutonic energy, that transformational energy, and a peacock is what it's. Again, they transmute that poison into beauty, into what makes their beautiful plumage in Hindu belief. So it's both kind of energies of transmutation. So it looks like you're going through a big change right now, Sag. Thank you, Spirit. Stingray, beautiful, and water energy. And we just had Neptune go direct. So, and notice here how all of the chakras are aligned. So it's like here you have your sacral, your solar plexus, and then here you have the blue of the throat chakra and the green of the heart chakra. And in the Stingray, we still have this black and the white in the background, and you still have that stinger, but the stinger is much more fluid, right? Because all of your chakras are kind of in alignment there. And the transmutation process has kind of taken place. It's not like you still don't have the ability to sting, you do. But you're going with the flow much more than you were. So that's beautiful, beautiful energy to see. Thank you, Spirit. Go into the L key and see here the L key oracle. Now it's she is or she who in French, but take it as it's he who, they who. It's not gender specific. Just see here what relates. Oh, whoa, way too many. Thank you. She who waits. Now, that's very much like that scorpionic energy, because right, the scorpion waits kind of for its prey to make the move. But it's patience, waiting, determination. And I think that's where the transmutation then comes from. And look, she's in her hand is this beautiful butterfly. It's kind of this ethereal thing that, she's transforming. So again, more cards about transformation, but being patient about it, not rushing it. And I love how that just all fits so beautifully. Actually, they're just telling me look at the bottom, at the bottom of the deck, and there's she who thrives, flourish, prosper, blossom, and look what's all around her. Butterflies. Now they're no longer this white. They're no longer just in her mind. It's not like something that's not quite tangible. That's this ethereal thing that's floating there. Now they've actually come out of the cocoon. They're actually surrounding her in real life. So it's learning how to thrive against the adversity that I think you once thought you had. And I love to see that energy. So we'll do the Infinity Oracle. Let's see if we can get a couple of cards here. Just, Spirit, can you tell me more about the transformation that Sagittarius seems to be going through? For transformation for the Sagittarians that I'm picking up on anyway. I'm curious, you're the first sign that I'm doing in these new set of readings, so I'll be curious to see what other signs get, because I feel like a lot of people are kind of going through this transformation, this transformative energy, transmutation, transformation, the old dying off, the new coming in. Please for Sagittarius, messages, please. Oh, okay. Signs from nature, which is very apropos with all of the butterflies. Signs from nature. So maybe you might be seeing butterflies. You might be seeing butterflies. You might be seeing feathers. Those are all things to look out for. It just kind of means it's spirit winter. No, they said to take that too. Spiritual protection and spiritual awakening. Beautiful. Well, it is about to be winter. And as I was saying, this, if you see, it's rare to see a butterfly in winter, but, birds also, if you do see butterfly or, something that seems kind of out of place for the season, just know that right then your guides are certainly around you. You're being spiritually protected. But same thing with them getting some message for feathers, and for brightly colored birds. And it's like you've kind of woken out of this slumber and realized it's easier to catch bees with honey, is the message that they're giving me. It's like, I can hear someone kind of being like, I know, why didn't I think of that before? Like in autumn, and we are still in autumn. So this is like a really recent, I think it's taken a while, but it's like a very one day you wake up and you're like, you know what? I'm going to do things differently. I'm going to try something new. I'm going to change my you know, change my attitude, change the thoughts that I have in my head, change the words that come out of my mouth, you know, and see what happens. And I think that you're finding that that's it's working out for you quite well. Okay, now I'm gonna get into the tarot here and see what's going on. Just use the Rider-Waite deck here. This seems to be a very, you know, it's a very personal solo journey. In Sag, it's, you know, but I like it. I think that, you know, this is a good time for solo journeys. You know, winter's when things hibernate, when they emerge, and then they come out and they're, you know, more aligned with themselves and with the ready to be back in the world again. I just saw the Queen of Cups, so you might be dealing with a water sign, or you might have that in your chart, specifically Cancer. Page of Wands at the bottom of the deck, which is fire energy. Let's see for Sag. Oh, yep. Knight of Swords, past energy. Again, that's that scorpion sting. Even though it's air energy, it's still that. It's like the horse is like, slow down, and he's like, no, full speed ahead. Like, I don't care. I'm gonna get them. You know. So, you know, it's signs from nature, like the horse, like, you know, your horse is like, the trees are moving too fast. The clouds are moving too fast. We're moving too fast. Like, why are you so angry? What else for past energy? For, yeah, intuition coming in. Intuition coming in. Kind of being in between, though, you know, in between those two places, and working hard. Realizing that, like, nothing's going to happen if you don't put the hard work into it. Now, some of you might have started a new relationship, because I saw Queen of Cups, I saw Two of Cups, I saw Four of Wands. So I might be speaking to some of you that that have started a new relationship. But here we have, you know, that kind of, that process of confusion of, like, you know, the Seven of Cups of that illusory energy. You know, we just had Neptune in retrograde, which created a lot of illusions, and now we're kind of coming into a reality of situations, you know, but not kind of knowing what to choose and what was going to bite you and what was going to not bite you. And again, that High Priestess, yeah, and so kind of holding on tight to everything, right? Holding on, almost waiting for the predator to come, to be like, no, you can't take my Four of Pentacles, and blocking off those chakras, right? And, you know, even like that scorpion, that yellow and that orange is so prominent here, you know, but it just leads you to that, again, that transformation. You know, this is the Ten of Swords. It's a transformative energy. It's a 10. It's the ending, you know, and once the ending happens, you have a new beginning. So like the Scorpio transformed, that Plutonic energy, it's realizing old ways aren't working, you know, whereas, you know, the High Priestess is sitting there the whole time being like, I'm watching over all of this and I'm trying to tell you. But let's get one more for where Sag is headed in the present, or where they're headed. Knight of Wands. Definitely a different kind of knight from Knight of Swords, Knight of Wands. You know, oftentimes this is read as the player card. I'm not reading it that way. I'm reading it as you're getting your fire back. You know, you're stopping with being defensive, and you're getting that spark back, that zest back for life. You're coming more in alignment with who you are, and you know, it is your, you know, the Knight of Wands is very much a Scorpio. I mean, the Sagittarius and Scorpio card. So it's just interesting that we have both of those. You know, we have the Scorpio here, but we also have it as a fire energy. So I love when Spirit lines things up. That. Let's get 2 more cards, please. Okay. Oh, thank you. Oh, the devil. Yeah. Well, devil, you could be dealing with a Capricorn, or it could be this kind of illusory energy that you have felt chained to for a long time. You have the high priestess at the top, the devil kind of here at the bottom. I'm reading this as like, whether you're listening to your higher self or your lower vibrational self. And that's up to you to make the decision. What this is telling me is you're listening, you're releasing, you're learning to release things because you have to. Because I mean, once you have this 10 of Swords, it's kind of like these 4 Pentacles don't exactly matter anymore, right? So it's kind of saying like, hey, devil, I've been there. I know. I got the T-shirt. I'm good. I know I can unchain myself, and I prefer to move on. Thank you very much. This technically came out in reverse. I'm going to leave it in reverse. The Hierophant, card of Taurus, major arcana for Taurus. To me, I feel like this is going against your kind of ingrained doctrine, right? It's like if you've done what you've always done, you're going to get what you've always got. But you're going through this transformation period where you're realizing that you can create your own future. And so it's saying, screw the rules, screw the system, screw the kind of, screw the man, basically. like I'm going to do this my way, and it's going to light that spark, and I'm going to do it, and it's going to be fun again, and it's not going to feel like this, and it's not going to feel like this, and I'm releasing myself from this, and I'm going to listen to my intuition, and I'm going to work hard, and I'm going to be able to tell when I look back now and I see this 7 of Cups. I'm going to be able to tell exactly, sorry if you can't see these. I'm going to be able to tell exactly what is in what cup. There's not going to be confusion anymore. The devil can't confuse me anymore. Yeah, and at the bottom you have the 2 of Wands. So again, it's like, I know where I've been. I'm still in the process of letting that go. I'm still in the process of transforming, but now I'm holding the world, and I'm looking out, and I'm realizing all that I can do, with that energy. And that's really beautiful. I almost don't feel like I need to really clarify these, but let's see what's for the High Priestess, please. Is there a card for the High Priestess? 10 of Cups. Yeah, you listen to your intuition, and you're going to get the emotional fulfillment that you want. If that's what you were looking for the, I feel like, it's, again, this is kind of those 2 sides, right? The veil between the worlds. You have the 10 of Cups on one side, you have the 8 of Swords and feeling bound up, kind of like that devil energy. But now, let's get one more to clarify why the 8 of Swords. Yeah. The Ace of Swords, which is, the card of truth and divine truth, and the High Priestess, to clarify the High Priestess. So there you go. It's kind of like being able to free yourself from your own mind, from your own shackles, listening to that intuition. Why is the devil here, please, Spirit? 4 of Pentacles, right there. 4 of Pentacles, devil, exactly, holding on too tightly, realizing that you have to release, realizing you can break yourself free, and by releasing, you actually end up with more abundance. Thank you, Spirit. The Emperor, again. And so, the Hierophant goes by his own doctrine in kind of a spiritual sense, in many senses. He's a spiritual leader, but the Emperor also, he runs an empire, so he can make his own rules up. It's his empire. He's also fair. I'm not saying to do anything that's not, obviously you want to be a good person, you want to follow the law, and don't do anything, untoward. But yeah, death. With the 10 of Swords, that transformation that we talked about happening. Why is this Hierophant in reverse? Why is this Hierophant in reverse? Yeah, because let's see, why is the Knight of Swords? Why did the Knight of Swords come out? Three of Swords. Now this could be heartbreak, but it can also be breaking your own heart, self-sabotage, right? And when in the Knight of Swords, you were self-sabotaging. So Hierophant is in reverse because of this past energy. Let's get one more for that. Thank you. Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, and realizing that you have the ability to see, what's being offered to you rather than seeing what's not being offered to you. As he holds this world in his hand, you realize that, at the bottom of the deck, the Seven of Pentacles, planting those seeds. So, and under that, the Chariot, and the Six of Wands, victory. So, you know what you're doing. Sag, this is a beautiful reading. I just want to close it off with a moon. Do I want to do moon? You know what I don't want to do? They're telling me no. Sorry. They're saying do Symbion, which is interesting. The Symbion, it's kind of like what's hidden to the two sides of things that you might not see. So I find this a really fascinating little deck, and it's really interesting because I find it does show parts of us that maybe we're missing. And as this reading was really straightforward, I think it might be nice to see if there's anything we're not looking at. Let's see. Okay. For Sag, please, for this reading. Okay. So, we have here, they don't put these in order. It's the knight removing the sword from the stone. I'm trying to, but gotta give me a second because that should be in the beginning because it's an Aries card. Sorry. I'm also half blind, so you don't make it easy for those half blinders among us to see. Let's see. So, yeah, Aries, Capricorn energy, Mars, and Saturn. So, as we know, Mars has been retrograde for a little while now, and it'll continue to be until the beginning of the new year. And Saturn will be moving into Aquarius, which should be interesting. It's been in Capricorn for a very long time. But that's a lot of transformative energy right there. But this card is called the Prevention, and I'll put it there. This card embodies someone who pushes the gas pedal while pulling the handbrake at the very same time. Reminds me a lot of that. Banging your head against a brick wall can also be tricky because in most cases it'll be your head that will break first. This card recommends that you learn what you can achieve and what you can't. Please be aware of the following. There's something that is far bigger than you. It is called fate. And I think that is what you are learning. Honestly, I think that's this is kind of a card of fate, of destiny, when you think about it. And I think you're learning to release things and let the universe work with you and for you rather than you fighting against it. As this, man is trying to, pull this sword from a stone that's not going to budge. You can't draw blood from a stone. You're not King Arthur. So it's, so I think I see why Spirit asked to read that. So that is what I have for you, Sag. I hope this, it was a beautiful energy check-in, and hopefully it helps you confirm that you're on your path. Because I mean, honestly, that's what we like to see in check-in readings. Just that you're following your path, and you seem to be doing just that. So keep on keeping on. Namaste.